Hi guys, how's it going? I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome to another renovation vlog. I thought I'd start this one out by making myself look a little bit more presentable, because it feels like the last few weeks all you've seen of me is looking absolutely horrendous. So I've not gone straight over to the house today like I usually would. I had a little bit of a lie-in. It's just really nice having some peace and quiet because Alicia's at school. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to put my face on. I put a hair mask on last night, so just feeling a little bit more female. So yeah, it's actually made me feel a lot better today doing that. I'm having a day off from the house. I think I'm going to actually head out and do a little bit of shopping. So I might do a little bit of a cheeky home bargains haul later on for the other channel. If you haven't already subscribed over there, go and check that out. So that's where you will see me looking a little bit more normal like this. Still hoping that we're going to be moving out on Wednesday with completion happening on Friday. I've chased up the estate agents. I've not had anything confirmed as of yet, so as far as I'm aware at the moment, that is the plan. So apart from shopping, I've not done anything for the last couple of days because I'd spoken to the estate agents and I'm not going to be moving next week. So I'd basically found out that I'm right at the top of a chain. So considering that I thought that I was selling to a first time buyer, she is a first time buyer, but it's reliant on her getting her deposit money from her parents who are selling their house. So I'm waiting for all of that to go through. Her parents haven't even exchanged contracts yet. So I've cancelled my van for Wednesday, so that's not going to be happening. Alicia has also been put on isolation from school because one of her friends has tested positive for COVID. So she's on isolation until the 3rd of December, which is actually when I'd rebooked the van for. So that's going to be the soonest now that we're moving, which is good I suppose because it gives me a little bit of extra time to get things sorted out here. But it's just frustrating because if her parents' house sale falls through, then my sale falls through. So I wasn't informed about any of this until a few days ago, so I'm really annoyed about it. Because when she'd viewed, I'd told her like I wanted to get this done like really quick. My neighbour put their house up for sale a month after me and got their offer accepted a month later, so we're 2 months behind me. And they're due to complete on theirs on Friday, so they're going to have sold and got everything done and dusted way before me, 2 months ahead. So it's just a joke really. I am really annoyed about it, but there's not a lot I can do now. I just wish that I'd not been in such a rush to get the house sold, because obviously I was interested in that other property, because I could have probably got a little bit more money for it, but never mind. So I'm just here today. I'm starting off by filling these holes in the cabinet, so get them so that they're ready to sand down in a day or two, so that all of this can be painted. I'm going to sand down in the living room and get that painted. I've started planning on how I'm going to have the living room, so I've ordered some stuff which I'm excited about doing. So I can get cracking. I'll have the living room sorted before we move in, which is great. I think I'll probably be able to get the bathroom done as well. So yeah, it gives me that extra bit of time to get everything fixed up. Crack on doing this now and then make a start in the living room. Dusty AF right now. Stay off me. Covered in the stuff. The walls aren't as good as I would have liked them to be. You can see the dark bits are the uneven bits basically. I think what I'm best off doing is chucking a couple of coats of paint on so that I can see where the worst imperfections are, and then go in with the filler, sort it out from there, because otherwise I'm just going to end up going filling bits, probably making it bumpy. So I think that's the way I would prefer to do it. But I think the worst bit's going to be in that corner where everything's going to be hidden anyway, because I was kind of tossing up between papering the chimney breast and that wall in the same paper, but then I thought that might be a little bit too much. But that's going to be my backup plan if that wall looks horrendous. So hopefully if it looks okay painted, I'm just going to do everything in white, all of that in like a navy gold, sort of like marble effect paper that I've seen, if I like it. So it'll just be like the blue wall there, and then the rest of it I think in white. I don't like having just white walls really, but let's just see how it looks. So I'm just going to get this cleaned up. I don't think I'm going to do the painting today, I think I'll leave that till tomorrow, but I'm going to tile the top of the bathroom sink. That's the top of the sink unit tiled. I've had an absolute nightmare with this. When I first started out, I was trying to figure out the pattern and I kept putting the tiles in the wrong place, so that was a bit of a nightmare to begin with. These side pieces needed a really small amount cutting off them, so I had so much breakage. I've used most of a full pack, but yeah, I've broken loads, and usually I don't have any breakage at all, so that's been a real pain. So I was going to put a trim down the side, but then I decided that what I'm going to do is use a silicone down here. I've got like a grey silicone that matches the grout, so I think I'll do that down the side, along the back side here. And then there's going to be another piece of wood at the front anyway, which is going to cover that. So I'll mark these up, cut them down to size, and then I can get all of those last pieces of wood stuck on the cabinet. So yeah, I need to get all of this cleared up. What an absolute mess. I've been here since 7:30 this morning. Well, it was just before 7:30 because I was due a delivery of the appliances. So they've arrived now. So I'd ordered myself a washer dryer. Alicia goes through so many outfits a day, it's unbelievable considering she doesn't go anywhere. So I thought, rather than always having washing inside over the winter, I'd treat myself to a washer dryer. I've got the oven, so I still need to put the shelf in the bottom to put that in. It's just a basic one, I think it was about £130. So yeah, I got these delivered from Curry's. I think what I'm going to do for a couple of hours, just do a little bit of cleaning up. I'm going to put the washing machine in place, see if I can find the screws to do the oven shelf so I can get the oven in place. I'm actually going to have my mum helping me at the end of the week. She's back from France now, but she's still self-isolating until Thursday. So I need to go and do her a little bit of shopping, and I need to get myself some food in as well. So I was going to wait and do the tip run with my mum so that we could get more in her cab. I think I'll get these appliances in place, sort out things that need to go to the tip, and take things from there. So I'm like getting here today because I've been messing around with a new coffee machine that got delivered this morning. Last night I'd done a little bit more in the bathroom that I didn't film. Got this panelling on at the side here, so I made it so that it was the same height. So I'd put a piece of wood at the bottom. There's just a little bit that isn't quite stuck down properly, but I'm actually out of adhesive, so I'll just have to scrape a little bit underneath and push that back in. But I'd got all of these pieces cut. Now that I'm looking at it, I think I still might take a little bit off this so that there's not a lip, just have them flush so that when it's being wiped down there aren't sort of like any bits catching in the corners. It just seems more practical to do that. I really want to get this looking sort of a little bit more how it should be, so that by the end of the video you can see something that's almost finished. So I'm going to get this grouted. I might just do a little bit of painting on here. Don't judge me for my grouting skills. I always go straight in with my hands and slop it into all of the gaps. I don't ever find that using sort of like a grouting sponge or anything like that works for me. I prefer sort of like doing it a really messy way, so don't judge. That's how I always end up doing it. I just find it quicker and easier to do it like that. I'm going to get this grouting done, do a little bit of painting, and then once all of the grout's wiped off, I can actually get the sink in place. So that's the sink grouted, the side of that given a coat, the panelling given another coat. So I'm going to go over this one more time before it's all finished off and go over with a coat of varnish as well, just so that it's wipeable. So it's getting a little bit late now, so the thing that I need to do tomorrow is cut down these pieces. They're just screwed on at the moment because, as I said, I've run out of adhesive. So I'll pull these off. I'll just take a little slice off the bottom so that these can drop down. I need to do the same with these two pieces. Get them stuck on. I'll secure them in place with screws, and then once they're stuck down, I'll pull the screws out, just fill them, and then give everything another coat. So my aim for tomorrow is get that done, get the sink in. I think you'll understand now from the mess that I made from the grouting why I didn't paint first and do the tiles second. Because obviously I've got some marks on the white as well, but once the day goes on, all of this needs sanding down, and I'll just go over it with another coat of white once it's finished, because there are some dirty marks on here as well. So I'm hoping by the end of this video you'll be able to see this cabinet almost done. I've got the sink in. I've had an absolute nightmare with this. The tap took me ages to get sorted, and then I was connecting the waste up and realised I've bought a slotted rather than unslotted waste, so I can't use that. and I think I've thrown the box away, so I'm not going to be able to return it either. So I still need to silicone around the outside of the sink, but I'll do that obviously once the waste in, because that'll hold it in place as well. Painted the inside of the cabinet, that's all ready to be connected up when the waste is sorted. Get an idea now of what this is going to look like. So obviously I've still got to do the doors. I need to go over to B&Q and pick up another piece of wood for here. So I'm just going to get some MDF cut to size for that, and I also want to get a trim, like a decorative like pine moulding, just to go around the outside. And then once I've done that, that's when I will silicone all of these edges. So I just siliconed along the back. That's at least one thing sorted now in here. So the next job will be onto the tiling, doing the boxing in for the shower, and then sorting the bath panel out. It's going up to 7 o'clock now, so I'm gonna head home. That's gonna be it for this week's video. I don't know if I'm moving next week. I have absolutely no idea. So the main thing that I want to achieve from tomorrow onwards over the next couple of days is get this bathroom finished. Hopefully my mum will be able to come over and help me in a couple of days. Hopefully she'll be able to paint the living room for me, seeing as I've not got around to doing that. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again next week.